Without love, pain, I can't get enough pain. I like it rough, cause I'd rather feel pain than nothing at all.
Hi YouTube. This is my vlog for it's January 1st, 2013. I'm actually physically feeling terrible, and I'm feeling emotionally just a wreck. I've been slightly sick. I've had this cough that kind of, everybody gets this at some point or another, where your chest kind of burns when you cough. So I have that, and physically I've been more and more giving in to the ME part of my illness, and my sleeping habits have been really weird, because I used to just wake up in the morning by 10 or 11, and unless I had school at 8, and I would conduct myself, and by 5 o'clock I would have the situation where I would kind of sit there glaring at something and couldn't even pick up my hands because I'm so tired. And now I'm kind of sleeping. I fall asleep, I go to sleep, and not as a planned nap. I'd be so happy if I had like a scheduled nap that I followed a plan, but I'm not, and I think that's the most difficult thing, because I really am tired. Let's put it this way. Before, I was one of those people who, like, if I had to go out, I would love to be able to fall asleep, but I couldn't. I can't just fall asleep and take a nap in the middle of the day. I was never able to do that. The only period of time when I was able to do that was when I was in the Army, and I don't know why, but I was able to fall asleep in buses, and I figured out how to do that. But now I can't do that. And riding on the bus, actually, I couldn't fall asleep because I would be in so much pain. Yeah, buses, if you're watching this and you don't have a back problem or some kind of chronic pain problem, then bus rides are an incredible, painful experience, I have to say. I just received yesterday a notice from the academic board, and apparently I didn't qualify to pass on to second year, and they gave me a chance, and I was supposed to pass. I thought I just had to pass and get a passing grade in the only course where I failed, and they wouldn't hold me up to the average grade that they expect from everybody passing on from first to second year. But apparently I did have to qualify that. I just didn't remember that, and I'm going to have, basically I'm expelled, and the only thing I have standing for me is if on Sunday they call it a hearing, so I'm really hoping to come in and make my point. Also, I did, that's the first update. The second update is I went through another portion of my national security, that's the translation, disability committee. I had 3 doctors. I had an internalist. By the way, if somebody knows what an internalist actually does, or why would you go to an internalist, please let me know. This is always, because I've never gone to an internalist. I've never even heard about them, and the only place I hear about them is these kind of places. I also had an orthopedist and a neurologist, and I was so scared, nervous, don't know how exactly to say. Good thing I was with my lawyer, and I was just sitting there, and I was like literally shaking like this under the table with both hands, and I was like so nervous, and I have to see how that's going to take place. I might have to do another one with a rheumatology expert, and I wouldn't be surprised if they bring in also a psychologist, because they have one thing they can give you disability for is secondary depression, which is a depression that's caused by a disease, an illness. It's not a depression all on its own. It's a depression caused because you have a depression. It's a depression caused because you have an illness. So I wouldn't be surprised, because my lawyer did put that into the list. And the last update is I did a colonoscopy. Yes, that test exactly what you think it is. Truth be told, I was really scared because everybody, tells you horror stories about this. My dad went through this, my brother went through this, and I have friends who've done this, and everybody tells you horror stories. I have friends who refuse to go do it because of these horror stories. And I have to say that actually it wasn't such a big deal. So if you are supposed to go do it, really. They give you some anesthesia. I did not come out. You see, my mother was surprised. She was you always have to take somebody to go with you, and you're not supposed to drive after because they give you something to knock you out a little bit. And my brother doesn't remember anything, and my dad doesn't remember anything. Most people I talked to come out of it, and they were completely, when are we going into the test? I came out of the exam room, and I went to my mom, okay, let's go, I'm ready. Because I remember the test. I didn't remember the pain or anything like that. It's pretty cool. I got to see, I was facing the TV, and I got to see what my insides look like. So that was pretty cool. And I'm happy that the result is that everything's okay, because really I don't need another problem. I have another appointment, and only in February. Sometimes these doctors have such low availability, and we're in the 1st of January. Okay, I made an appointment for the gastro for mid-February. So. And I'll go to him and see what I can do, and maybe he'll refer me to a dietitian or refer me to something I can take when the situation is really bad. And because there's really nothing too much you can do, you just have to deal with it. Maybe I'll talk about that if anybody cares. If you care, let me know. Maybe I'll talk about that. I've also been learning more and more about the differences between ME, or chronic fatigue syndrome, and fibromyalgia. And I guess the fibromyalgia, you can explain it more. I think I have more of a case of chronic fatigue than fibro, but I also know that I have fibro because I definitely qualify in terms of the trigger points, and I also have the unexplained pain. But ME has to do more with the muscles, and the fibro has to do more with the joints, and the migraines fall into the category of the ME. I definitely have both. That's what my lawyer made sure to tell the disability committee, I guess. No, not committee. Committee is not a good word. Can't think of a good word. I'm physically really sore, and recent events of the disability committee through national security, and the fact that I've been basically expelled from school is a horrible, horrible depression point. I really don't know what I would do if I can't stay in school. I'm really torn about that. The winter has been really, I think the weather has been horrible for me. I just can't explain it. I hope it'll get better. Still yet to see that it's going to get cold. If you're wondering, I am sitting here with the heat on, and that's the noise you're hearing, but I'm definitely not my greatest. Okay, so that's my first vlog for the year. Yes. See you later.